In 2019, the season began, with no idea what was coming for coach, player or fan. A global pandemic knocked life off track. With football suspended, when would we be back? But deep at our core is a beating heart. Our football community found ways to restart. Togetherness, spirit, working as one. Dedication, as always, from heroes unsung. Through times of uncertainty, we stuck together. Football had united us more than ever. Tonight is a night where we'll honour a few. This occasion, our chance to say thank you. Welcome to the 2020 and 2021 Hampshire FA Grassroots Football Awards.
Good evening and welcome to the Hampshire FA Grassroots Football Awards 2021, sponsored by BSA-Regal. This is the first ever virtual awards ceremony that Hampshire FA has run, and we're pleased to be able to present it from the home of English football, Wembley Stadium. We're even in the presence of the Emirates FA Cup, the Vitality Women's FA Cup and the FA Community Shield, supported by McDonald's. Okay, so we're not at Wembley Stadium, but that's the beauty of going virtual. This evening behind me, you will see various grassroots locations across Hampshire. So keep your eyes peeled to see if you recognise any familiar places. The last year and a half has been a tremendously difficult time for everyone. And it's unfortunate that we can't be celebrating in person like usual, but we're happy to not only be recognising the winners from this season, but also from last season. Before we kick off the celebrations, we want you to get involved as much as possible throughout this evening's ceremony. So please drop a message in the comments section. Let us know where you're watching from, what clubs, leagues or organisations you're from, and which awards you are most looking forward to seeing be presented. You can also tweet at Hampshire FA using the hashtag Gaffers21, and let's get a conversation going throughout tonight's event, celebrating all of the amazing achievements that we're making. Now, without further ado, it's time to kick off this evening's ceremony with a short message from Simon Wilson, director of this evening's sponsor, BSA-Regal.
On behalf of BSA-Regal, I'd like to welcome you all to this virtual event. I'll start by thanking all the team at Hampshire FA for working so hard to make these awards possible under difficult circumstances. Times like these highlight the value of grassroots football and all it brings to our communities. And it is only right to have events such as this to recognise the people that work so hard, often behind the scenes, to make that happen. We would like to thank everyone for their efforts in literally keeping the ball rolling through all of this, and offer our congratulations to all those collecting awards. I hope that you enjoy this event and look forward to better times for all of us soon.
Many thanks to Simon and all at BSA-Regal for their support of tonight's awards and grassroots football as a whole. I think we will all agree that we are celebrating some inspirational award winners tonight, but it's time to turn the inspiration up a notch with a very special guest speaker. Next, I'm incredibly pleased to welcome a video message from former professional footballer Alistair Patrick Heselton.
Hampshire FA, massive thank you for having me with you guys to be able to celebrate your FA Grassroots Football Awards, where we get to celebrate the hard work and endeavours of all your fantastic individuals, organisations, and just all-round terrific people. Now you've got loads of them because you guys stretch across Hampshire, Bournemouth, right across to the Isle of Wight, and everything that you are doing is just truly fantastic. Not only will we be giving big shout outs to the winners of awards, but also to everybody that took part and contributed. Because make no mistake, without the hard work of you guys, the standard would not be so high, and you guys have set a very, very high standard. Now, who am I? I'm the National Football Museum Hall of Famer, where I won the Football for All Award, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for my grassroots football clubs that helped me actually go on to be a mainstream professional with Queen's Park Rangers, Oldham Athletic. I even had the chance to play in Holland with Helmond Sport. But after that, in 2006, when my life and football career had taken a real change, I went on to play in the cerebral palsy pathway as a Paralympian for players with brain injury or cerebral palsy after my traumatic brain injury. Now, after competing at London 2012 and scoring against Argentina, I was able to also able to compete at the Quad Nations and Intercontinental Championships for England. Now, without the hard work that you guys are doing, where would I be? And people like myself. You see, everything that you're doing not only impacts massively on the physical well-being of all our young players, but massively in one area that we don't always see, which is the mental health and well-being of those young players. Everything that you guys are doing is so important, and we don't shout about it enough. So tonight, that's exactly what we are going to be doing. Thank you, everybody. And also a big shout out to Solent Uni and every other organisation that all get hands to the pump and keep on pumping, because you guys are truly changing lives, and not only the lives of young footballers, but also aspects of our own footballing history within this country. Keep doing it, because you guys are fantastic. Massive thanks.
Well, many thanks to Alistair for sharing his story and passing on those kind words to tonight's award winners. It's now time to present some awards. Many congratulations to all of the award winners presented tonight, and thank you for the incredible work that you do to support grassroots football in our communities. The first award category we would like to present is the Hampshire FA Service to Football Award. A Service to Football Award is made for 25 years continuous or aggregated voluntary service to the county, and each winner is nominated by their local divisional FAs. Recipients of this award for the 2019-20 season are BARRIE BECHELEY. BARRIE was originally enticed into the world of grassroots football by his colleagues. Now, 53 years of service later, BARRIE is chairman of Burridge AFC. His greatest achievement has been seeing the club win the Hampshire FA 2019 Charter Standard Adult Club of the Year award. He hopes to continue his great work with the club into the future. The next winner is Colin Williams. Colin has recently taken a step back from grassroots football, but prior to this, dedicated over 45 years to various grassroots management and secretarial roles with West End Youth FC, amalgamated with Hamble Club FC in 1975. Most latterly, Colin held the role of club secretary for Hamble Club FC and has enjoyed making great friends throughout his service to grassroots football. Although he's now taken a step back for the future, he is sure that he will not stray too far away from the game. Next up, it's Geoff Ruck. Geoff serves grassroots football in a number of roles, including youth team coach, club secretary and club chairman for Brading Town FC, as well as chairman for the Isle of Wight Divisional FA. Having originally got involved in grassroots football by coaching his son's youth team, Geoff has enjoyed seeing young players grow and develop into confident people. Geoff has also enjoyed seeing his club, Brading Town FC, win the Hampshire FA Saturday Trophy in the 2019-2020 season. This year, the club's 150th year, and Geoff now looks forward to graceful retirement. Next, it's Graham Clarke. Graham contributes to grassroots football as a committee member and divisional secretary for the Portsmouth and District Football League. He was originally invited to join the committee by a work colleague over 25 years ago and has enjoyed being an enabler for local footballers to get out on the pitch on Saturday afternoons. Graham hopes to now carry on encouraging the growth of local football. Next, John Edward Mundy. John first got involved in grassroots football with Crofton Saints Youth FC when his son joined in 1994. After a few years, John took on the role of club secretary and continues to fulfil this role today. On top of this, he is also the club secretary and team manager for Crofton Saints FC Adults, as well as Youth Cup secretary and vice chairman of the Mid-Solent Football League. John enjoys installing the values of respect and inclusion within the game. He was pleased to see the club achieve the referee's Fair Play Award in 2008, the same season as the club won the league and cup double, as well as the Hampshire FA B Cup, and is proud to facilitate over 300 children playing football every week, regardless of ability, gender, ethnicity or finances. John looks forward to continuing his service in his current role for as long as possible. The next winner is Patrick Gormley. Patrick is a player, manager and chairman for Boscombe Celtic FC. He originally joined the club as a player when he moved to the Bournemouth area and then took over the running of the club when it was folding. Patrick managed to get the club sponsored by the charity Street Scene that he works for. The club is now used to help reintegrate people who have suffered from addiction back into society. Patrick has loved being involved in the game in general, but takes particular pride from seeing players who have joined the club in a distressed state becoming part of a double winning team. For the future, Patrick hopes to continue playing for as long as possible, but more importantly, secure the club's future as a stepping stone for people in their recovery from addiction. Next is Richard BECHELEY. Richard has been involved in grassroots football for 40 years, having started as a youth player with Warsash Wasps FC. Richard moved to Burridge AFC in his early teen years and has stayed there ever since. Now, at the age of 47, he is continuing to play as well as serving the club as assistant manager. Over his time in grassroots football, Richard has enjoyed the opportunity to work alongside his parents, who also help run the club. He now looks forward to playing for as long as possible before moving to the veterans team, as well as supporting his 2 young children playing. Our next winner is Sandra BECHELEY. Sandra is currently the secretary of Burridge AFC. In her 44 years involved in grassroots football, Sandra has held many different roles, including kit washer. It was calculated that throughout her years of service, Sandra has washed 65,016 pieces of kit. Sandra is proud to have seen Burridge AFC achieve the Hampshire FA 2019 Chartered Standard Adult Club of the Year Award, having initially gotten involved in the grassroots football to help out a partner. Sandra now loves being involved and hopes to continue for as long as possible. Next, it's Stephen Norris. Stephen has dedicated over 35 years of service to Surbiton United FC. Having previously been team manager for 17 years, he has since been secretary, treasurer and now chairman. Prior to managing, Stephen had played for the team up to the age of 41. He says his greatest achievement has been keeping a village football club going with all the ups and downs, all made worthwhile by the enjoyment and fulfilment he gets on Sunday afternoons. Our next recipient is Tim Watts. Tim originally got involved with grassroots football as team manager for Castle Sports Boys Club. Today, he now contributes to the game in a variety of roles, including treasurer of the Meon Valley Football League, league representative for the Portsmouth Divisional FA, referee and referee mentor. Tim is most proud of his continuous officiating over many years as a referee and enjoys passing on his wisdom through mentoring newly qualified referees. For the future, he hopes to carry on his work in the league management and refereeing mentoring. Recipients of the same award for the 2020-21 season are Gary Ward. Gary first watched Farnborough Town as a supporter in 1976 and was requested to join the committee in 1981. Since then, he's held various positions, including club secretary on 3 separate occasions, chairman of the management committee and his current role, chairman of Farnborough Supporters Trust. Gary enjoys getting involved in the matchday hosting duties and has made many enduring friendships from being involved behind the scenes of a non-league club. In 2016, the club honoured Gary with a lifetime membership to recognise his contributions. Next, it's Jim MCKELL. Jim is currently the chairman of Alton FC. His service to grassroots football started as a volunteer and committee member for Alton United Youth FC while his sons played there. One of Jim's greatest achievements has been contributing to the negotiations that saw the amalgamation of Alton United Youth FC and Alton Town FC to become Alton FC with a new 3G stadium. Jim loves the people, the passion and the buzz of grassroots football and hopes for more of the same in the future. Our next deserving winner is Martin Baxter. Martin has dedicated over 35 years service to Liss Athletic FC. During this time, he has held roles including club linesman, fixture secretary and vice chairman. He originally got involved in the club to socialise with his mates, but wasn't at the same ability level, so took on the role of club linesman to stay involved. In his time with the club, Martin is proud to have helped the club through difficult times and kept going regardless. The camaraderie of the local grassroots community has given him great enjoyment and he is ready to stay involved and take on any future challenges that get thrown his way. The next award category is the Hampshire FA Referees Service to Football Award. A Hampshire FA Referee Service to Football Award is made to referees and assessors who have been registered and active in the county for 25 years. Recipients of this award for the 2019-2020 season are James LININGTON. James currently referees in the EFL Championship and continues to contribute to grassroots football as chairman of the Isle of Wight Referees Association. He originally got into refereeing when he was released as a player from Plymouth Argyle FC and has received lots of advice from senior referees along his refereeing journey, which he says has helped him to progress further. James now gives back to the refereeing community, watching grassroots matches and giving other referees the advice that was so important for his own development. For the future, James hopes to continue refereeing at his current level. The next deserving winner is John Brett. John has officiated over 1,000 grassroots football matches during his service as a referee. John was serving in the Royal Navy when he commenced refereeing in 1984 and has simply enjoyed being part of the grassroots football community and the buzz he gets before every game. He now looks forward to the next 1,000 matches, or at least continued service for as long as possible. Next is John Hopkinson. John says his greatest achievement in grassroots football is still being able to referee at his age. He initially got involved in refereeing because he wanted to stay involved in grassroots football after he finished playing. He enjoys the interaction with players, managers, coaches and colleagues, as well as mentoring new referees. On top of refereeing, John serves as chairman for the Isle of Wight Local Area Referees Committee, treasurer of the Isle of Wight Saturday League and member of the Isle of Wight Divisional FA. Next for John is one more year of refereeing. Next is Raymond GILLAM. After finishing as a player, Raymond took on refereeing as a way of staying involved in grassroots football. He's continued refereeing ever since and still does today. Next is Roger Knight. Roger has recently retired from refereeing but has enjoyed having the opportunity to teach young players the laws of the game, hopefully making life easier for the players and referees when they reach open-aged adult football. Before refereeing, Roger was a team manager for Downside Youth FC. He decided to take the referees course and had some success. Since then, Roger has refereed numerous cup finals across Hampshire and the Isle of Wight, youth and adult, and he now looks forward to having the opportunity to watch his grandsons play the game. Recipients of the same award for the 2020-21 season are Brian Hayward. Prior to refereeing, Brian played football for 20 years and won various league and cup titles. He decided to give up playing so that he could give something back to the game as a referee and has enjoyed the opportunity that this has given him to meet up with old friends through refereeing. Brian is now looking forward to a well-earned retirement. Our next deserving recipient is Martin BLOOR. Martin first qualified as a referee whilst he was still playing. Now, 25 years since qualifying, Martin is proud to have had the opportunity to referee at 7 Premier League grounds and continues to serve grassroots football as a referee. For the future, Martin hopes to extend his refereeing career as long as his fitness will allow, as well as using his experience to help others. Next is Matt Perfect. In 25 years of refereeing, Matt has earned appointments to referee many cup finals across the county. Having originally got involved in grassroots football at the age of 17, working for Hampshire FA, he has enjoyed being around people who love football. On top of refereeing, Matt is also club secretary for Brockenhurst FC and he hopes to continue both roles into the future. Matt Sainsbury is our next winner. Matt first got involved in grassroots football as a player aged 16. After 20 years of playing, refereeing was a way in which he could continue to stay involved with the game following retirement. Still going 25 years of service later, he continues to contribute to the game as a level 5 referee, enjoying the opportunity to facilitate matches for grassroots teams and hopes to continue into the future. And our next recipient is TREV Hughes. Up until the age of 35, TREV was involved in grassroots football as a player. When he gave up playing, he took the referees course to stay involved in the game and he's now been a referee for 31 years and counting. He enjoys meeting the teams every week and seeing what players are still going, even if they have moved to the Veterans League. And he now hopes to keep going for at least a couple more seasons and will continue to watch football on a Saturday afternoons even after retirement. Time to move on to our next award category, which is the Hampshire FA Certificate of Commendation. A Hampshire FA Certificate of Commendation is awarded to an individual for 10 years additional service following the award of a Hampshire FA Service to Football or Referees Service to Football Award. Recipients of this award for the 2019-20 season are Alan Baynes. Alan contributes to grassroots football as a club secretary for Yateley United and registration secretary for the Farnham and District Sunday Veterans League. He's been involved in grassroots football for so long that he can't even remember why he got into it in the first place, but enjoys watching local football and hopes to carry on for another 10 years. Next is Debbie Soton. Debbie started volunteering in grassroots football at the age of 18 and has contributed to the game in a variety of administration-based roles, namely Secretary of the Meon Valley Sunday Football League, a position that she still holds today. She is also serving as Life Vice President to the Meon Valley Sunday Football League, as well as a Hampshire FA, Portsmouth Divisional FA and Hampshire County Women's Football League. Debbie's proudest achievement was helping Meon Valley Sunday Football League become the first charter standard league in the county. Having enjoyed the opportunity to make many friends from across the football family, Debbie looks forward to retirement at some point in the future and seeing the younger generation take the league forward. Next up is Eddie Spraggett. Eddie initially got involved in grassroots football through establishing 2 new clubs in Hampshire. Since then, he has served grassroots football in many different roles, including council member, president and Life Vice President to Aldershot FA, committee member and treasurer to the Southern Region Women's Football League and general secretary to the South West Combination Women's Football League. Eddie has enjoyed helping the promotion of grassroots football in the local area and at the age of 85 looks forward to retiring and making way for the younger generation to carry on the same positive work. Next up is Jeff Bedford. Jeff is currently the president of the North East Hampshire Youth League. He served the league as secretary for various age groups and league chairman from 1986 to 2013. Jeff has enjoyed developing and improving safe participation opportunities for children across the local area and hopes to continue this work for as long as he can. He's also still an active referee nearly 40 years after qualifying. Congratulations. Next is Gordon Hopkins. In 1994, a vacancy came up for treasurer of the Andover Football League. A league committee member knew Gordon as his local milkman and recommended him as he ought to be good with figures. Gordon was elected for the position and 1 year later found himself as the league secretary as well. In his time within grassroots football, he has also served 17 years as secretary for North Hants Divisional FA Cup and has thoroughly enjoyed helping to create a structure where many players can enjoy the game. Gordon now aims to enjoy his very well-deserved retirement. Another deserving recipient is Graham Brookland. Graham has been involved in local football since the mid-1980s, commencing playing and administrative roles as a teenager in the Aldershot Farnborough district competitions. In this time, he has covered various roles, including 14 years service on the Aldershot Divisional Football Association Committee, currently serving as vice chairman. Graham says his greatest achievement in grassroots football has been co-founding Aldershot Town FC in 1992, and he looks forward to continuing his service to grassroots football to help offer more opportunities to those who want to get involved in the future. Next is John Fogo. When John finished playing football, he wanted to continue to contribute to grassroots football and give something back to the game like those before him had done. As a result, he took on the role of club secretary. From there, he went on to serve as committee member and fixtures secretary for the Rushmore Sunday League, as well as secretary to the Five-a-Side League in Rushmore. John was then elected to the Aldershot Divisional FA Committee before also joining the Farnborough Sunday League and serving on the committee from the early 80s through to its amalgamation. John currently holds the position of East Christchurch Sports and Social Club FC secretary and enjoys the camaraderie of the players. He hopes to continue contributing in this role into the future. Our next deserving recipient is John Marchmont. Having first gotten involved in grassroots football as a player at the age of 16, John has contributed to grassroots football from a variety of different positions throughout 35 years of service, aiming to give something back to the game that he loves. In his time, he has dedicated himself to one club, Farnborough North End FC, previously known as Coveys FC, taking on roles including chairman, secretary and treasurer, where he is proud to have helped the club progress from the lowest level of local football up to the Wessex League. On top of this, John has also served Aldershot Divisional FA for nearly 20 years in roles including chairman, benevolent officer and life vice president, as well as serving Hampshire FA for roughly 15 years on the Football Management Board, Football Regulation Committee and Disciplinary Commissions. Next is John McBride. John currently contributes to grassroots football as a life vice president of the Peter Houseman Youth League and is passionate about offering young players the opportunity to participate in football and progress. He originally got involved in football to manage his son's youth team. He now looks forward to watching his two grandsons playing at under 10s and under 13s level. Our next recipient is John E. Tull. Originally, John got involved in grassroots football in 1971 as secretary and treasurer of Wycombe Dynamos. He still continues to serve the club today as chairman, a role he has held since 2010. On top of this, John has served as a committee member for the Meon Valley Football League since the mid-1970s, where he currently serves as League Development Officer. John is also the Benevolent Officer for Hampshire FA. Throughout his time in grassroots football, John has enjoyed watching Sunday morning football and providing young people from the village and recently further afield with the opportunity to play. Next for John, he is involved in negotiations with the council regarding a new sports centre. Best of luck. Next is Mike Thomas. Mike became involved in GVM Aachen in 1984 and passed his refereeing course in 1986. In 1989, he formed the Andover Youth Under-18s and shortly after joined Andover New Street FC. He has been a club representative on the Peter Houseman Youth League and also served as league chairman. Mike is a former Hampshire FA council member and a past chairman of the Hampshire FA Youth Committee. Mike continues to serve the game as North Hounts Divisional FA council member. Next is Murray Knox. Murray has dedicated his many years of service to Tadley Cavalier FC, where he has held various roles, most latterly general manager. Throughout his years of service, he has made many friends from across the grassroots football community. He was initially asked to help out with the club when it was going through a difficult period. Fast forward to today, and Murray is proud to have seen it progress greatly to its current position. Next on the horizon is step 4 of the football pyramid. Another deserving recipient is Raymond Fleming. Over his years of service, Raymond has been a representative for numerous leagues and clubs. He currently serves grassroots football as the League Welfare Officer for the Isle of Wight Saturday League. Raymond has also been a referee, but most enjoys promoting and providing opportunities for youth football. For the future, Raymond hopes to continue to contribute to grassroots football through league management. Next is Roger Harvey. Roger is currently serving grassroots football as president of Shanklin FC. Prior to this, he held the role of club secretary from 1972, a role which he is proud to say he oversaw the construction of the new clubhouse. Roger enjoys the camaraderie that grassroots football offers him, and the future he wants nothing more than to keep watching Shanklin play. Our next deserving recipient is Roger Smith. Roger is currently secretary to the Testway Youth Football League, where he's also served as breach of rules secretary and president at various times. His journey began as a player for Gillingham Youth and several other teams in the Kent area. He then went on to serve as club secretary before becoming secretary and founding member of the Rushmore Five-a-Side League in 1970. 18 years later, Roger formed the 120 League, starting with 4 teams from the local villages. The league eventually evolved into today's Testway Youth Football League with over 240 teams. something that Roger could never have predicted. He enjoys watching and encouraging teams of any ability to progress from under-7s right up to under-18s and wants to continue his work with the league into the future, enhancing the league's reputation and supporting the development of new coaches and referees. Recipients of the same award for the 2020-21 season are Dennis Smith. Dennis has been involved in grassroots football for over 50 years, from playing youth football, then adult football, then getting involved with the running of the teams before eventually joining the Basingstoke Football League Committee. Throughout his service, Dennis has enjoyed offering the opportunity and support for young players to grow and develop. Now at the age of 75, Dennis thinks retirement could be next on the horizon. Next is Graham Brown. Graham replaced his father Ron Brown as secretary for Cove FC following his retirement in 1982 after nearly 40 years of service. Graham agreed to step in whilst the club looked for someone else and has served continuously for the past 39 years since. Evidently, they're still looking, or Graham is doing a fantastic job. Graham has enjoyed the opportunity to visit different grounds and make many new friends across grassroots football. Graham's grandfather was a founding member of the club, and as he now introduces his granddaughter to the club as a Class 3 medic and physio, this marks 4 generations of the family involved in Cove FC, and he looks forward to continuing their good work. What a great story. Our next winner is Hazel Andrews. Hazel has always been involved in grassroots football, following in the footsteps of her parents. Her first football administration role was in 1985 as secretary for Safeways FC. In 1987, she joined the City of Southampton's Sunday Football League Committee and has served the league ever since, working her way up through the roles of Assistant Registration Secretary, Assistant Secretary and Secretary. On top of her work with the league, Hazel has also served in roles as Southampton Divisional FA Council member, Minute Secretary and Sunday Cup Secretary, as well as Hampshire FA Council member. Hazel enjoyed making many friends across the grassroots football community and, believe it or not, enjoys the paperwork. She hopes to keep working with the league in the future and providing more opportunities for people to play football. Our next deserving recipient is Jim Pearson. Jim started out in grassroots football as a manager of a youth football team. From there, he progressed to become secretary of the club and also qualified as a referee during this time. Following this, he was a founding member and chairman of the Eastleigh and District Mini Soccer League, where he now fulfills the role of league president. Jim has also served on the Hampshire FA committee and worked his way up to the board of directors, where he now serves as the Hampshire FA chairman. Jim steers the County FA, making sure that they continue to offer top-class services to the grassroots football community, and enjoys seeing the enjoyment that this brings to young people. Next is Robert Grist. Robert has contributed to grassroots football as a referee, a role that he enjoys utilising to promote respect within the game. He progressed to refereeing after finishing his playing career with Wallop FC. Now, 35 years on, Robert is still serving grassroots football as a referee. Our next recipient is Rodney McCarthy. Rodney first got involved in grassroots football in 1984 with Newport Youth FC. Starting as a first aider for the under-10s, he has since served grassroots football as chairman and honorary life member of Newport Youth FC, as well as chairman, committee member and chartered standard coordinator of Whitecroft and Barton Sports FC. In 2004, Rodney was elected to the Isle of Wight Saturday League Management Committee, where he would later become registration secretary. Also in 2004, Rodney was elected onto the Isle of Wight Divisional Football Association Council, where he later served on the Representatives Cup and Rules Committee and was made life president in 2019. He's also contributed to grassroots football on the Hampshire FA Discipline Committee. Rodney is unfortunately retiring due to health, but looks forward to continuing watching grassroots football and enjoying the opportunity to show his support to other local teams. Next is Terry Brooke. Terry has been involved in grassroots football for 60 years. He currently serves as president of Northwood St John's FC, where he's been a club linesman since 1975. He first got involved simply for the love of the game and is proud to have loyally served them ever since. At the age of 80, Terry is still running the line for the club on Saturday afternoons and hopes to continue for as long as possible. Next up is Tony Hart. Tony first got involved in grassroots football as a player before then becoming a referee. In his 50 years service since then, Tony has made many friendships with like-minded people from across the grassroots football community, and he is proud to have worked for Hampshire FA. Tony currently serves grassroots football as a life vice president of Hampshire FA and Bournemouth Divisional FA, but a well-earned retirement is next on his agenda. We now move on to the Hampshire FA Referee Awards. These awards are for individuals who have made outstanding contributions to refereeing across the 2019-20 and 21 seasons combined due to the number of fixtures being reduced as a result of COVID-19. Recipients of these awards are Brian LeBreton, awarded for outstanding contribution to refereeing. Brian became a qualified referee in 1973 and has continued his involvement in grassroots football since then by gaining refereeing promotion and becoming an assessor, tutor and mentor. Brian was formerly Hampshire FA's referee development manager and since his retirement in 2016 has served grassroots football in multiple roles including Senior County Referees Appointments Officer, County Promotions and Observer Coordinator and Deputy Chairman of the Hampshire FA Referee Recruitment and Development Committee. Brian is proud to have witnessed seeing new referees attend a basic refereeing course, then through hard work and development progress to officiate in the professional game. He hopes to continue to offer his guidance to developing referees into the future. Our next winner is Callum McFarlane, awarded for the most promising referee 16 to 25 for outstanding performance and contribution in refereeing. When Callum finished playing youth football, he got into refereeing through his dad. He now contributes to grassroots football as a Level 4 referee, fixtures secretary and referees appointment secretary. During his time as a referee, Callum has refereed the PlayStation Cup final at the Madejski Stadium, something that he says is one of his best achievements as a match official. Callum enjoys giving back to the sport he loved playing as a child and now seeks to continue his service and earn promotion to Level 3. Our next winner is Colin Dawkins, awarded for outstanding contribution to refereeing from a volunteer. Originally, Colin established a new club in 1990, which he ran for 20 years. He qualified as a referee in 1996, which led to him eventually earning the role of referees appointment secretary for the Winchester and District Football League in 2004, a role that he still performs today, enjoying the opportunity to help referees on the league list develop and gain promotion. Colin has fond memories of refereeing his first Winchester League Cup final and hopes that in the future he can pass on some of his knowledge and experience to new referees through mentoring. Our next winner is Matt Russell, and the award for a male referee for outstanding performance and contribution in refereeing. Matt qualified as a referee in 2010, originally hoping to do this alongside playing, but it didn't take long for Matt to realise that he could progress much higher up the football pyramid through refereeing than he would be able to achieve with his footballing ability. So he made the switch to focus solely on refereeing. In 2018, Matt proudly refereed the Hampshire FA Men's Senior Cup final between Havenant Waterlooville and Blackfield and Langley. Since then, he has continued to progress, now serving as a National League referee and regularly involved in matches played up to and including the EFL Championship. Matt has enjoyed the friendship and camaraderie that grassroots football has offered him, and he now looks to give back to the community by supporting local referees with advice and guidance where he can. For his own refereeing journey, he hopes to continue his development and earn promotion to the next level. Our next recipient is Rachel Richards, and it's the award for a female referee for outstanding performance and contribution in refereeing. Rachel first got into refereeing in 2017 when her mum's friend encouraged her to take the referee's course. Rachel now referees at various levels of grassroots football up to the Wessex League and enjoys watching the enjoyment on the faces of young people. She is proud to have also had the opportunity to have refereed a number of cup finals in her refereeing career so far. Our next winner is Tom Moisey, and it's the award for outstanding contribution to refereeing from a referee development setting. Not only is Tom a level 3 referee himself, but he also enjoys mentoring and developing other referees. He originally got involved in grassroots football as a youth player with South Wonston Swifts FC. During this time as a player, he took the referee's course. This then led to him becoming a referee and progressing further to becoming a referee developer, a role that allows him to offer other referees the help and support and advice that he received as a new referee. For the future, Tom hopes for more successful development of his own and others' refereeing skills. The next category of awards to be presented is the FA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Awards. These awards are for people who make a positive difference. It's our way to celebrate the fantastic individuals who put their heart and soul into the grassroots game across England, and say a huge thank you to the incredible volunteers who inspire us all. The following individuals were selected as local winners for Hampshire FA and submitted to the National FA Judging Panel for consideration for a National FA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Award. The local winners for the 2019-20 season are Chris Brown, Grassroots Coach of the Year for Youth Teams. Chris won this award for his service as coach and manager at West White Youth FC, where he contributed for 17 years across 3 teams. Chris is proud to have committed himself to those roles for such a long period of time, particularly with his last team that he coached from under-7s all the way through to under-15s. He now looks forward to using his knowledge and experience to help newer managers develop. Jason Brooke is the Grassroots Coach of the Year for Adult Teams Award winner. Jason is manager of Newchurch FC, a club that he first got into grassroots football through when he played for the team, aged just 15. Jason describes the club as his mini family and enjoys watching the players perform on Saturdays. For the future, Jason hopes to continue improving his team. The next winner is Paul M. Scoble, Grassroots Match Official of the Year Award winner. Paul first started refereeing in 1967 and is proud to have progressed his refereeing career through various levels of grassroots football to make it onto the national list of referees. He became a member of the Hampshire FA Referees Committee in the early 1980s and was elected chairman some years later. Paul continues to contribute to grassroots football in this role, as well as with roles as chairman of Portsmouth Divisional FA, chairman of Portsmouth Local Area Referees Committee and finance officer for the Wessex League. Our next winner is Andy Harvey, and he's the Grassroots Volunteer of the Year Award winner. Andy currently holds multiple roles at AFC Hiltingbury, including chairman, kit officer, child welfare officer, team manager and academy coach. On top of this, he is also a Southampton FC Saints ability coach. Andy has enjoyed promoting respect within the game and putting a smile on the faces of players and parents. He now looks forward to at least another 5 years of the same. The next winner is Sands United FC Solent, and they are the Grassroots Club of the Year Award winner. Sands United FC Solent was set up in 2019 with the aim to support dads and their families who have been affected by the loss of a baby through miscarriage, stillbirth or neonatal death. The club take great pride in wearing the Sands United shirt. Underneath the club badge, each player has a symbol of a star or the name of their little one. The club's aim is to increase the awareness to ensure that no dad leaves hospital thinking they need to grieve alone. A very worthy sporting team there and award winner. The next award goes to the Hampshire Girls Youth Football League, and that's the Grassroots League of the Year Award. Hampshire Girls Youth Football League was founded in June 2018 following the merger of the Winchester and District Girls and New Forest Football League. The focus of the league is to develop and maintain a safe, exciting and rewarding environment for girls to play regular, social and competitive football. The league aims to be innovative and fair in its approach to the game, to further develop the skills of the girls with the help of their respective clubs, and to maintain its passion and support for girls football in Hampshire. They are proud to offer a pathway from under-7s right up to women's football and hope to remain innovative in their approach to the game going forward to offer participation opportunities to all. Our next winner is Paul Strange at BTC Southampton FC for the Grassroots Grounds Team of the Year award. As well as being the groundsman, Paul is also the chairman of BTC Southampton. He initially got involved in grassroots football as a player for many years before being asked to take on the role of chairman. He then took on the role of groundsman to help the club out financially, particularly over the past few years. Paul is proud to have built a great team of coaches and managers who have shared focus on inclusivity. Paul is particularly passionate about making BTC Southampton a football family that its members can continue to be a part of no matter what stage of life they are at. He enjoys seeing the club's younger players celebrating goals, and for the future he hopes to ensure that there is a clear pathway for them to progress to the first team if they wish to do so. Our next winner is Rhiannon Stevens, and they win the Rising Star of the Year award. Rhiannon is a match official who aspires to be a full-time referee in the future. She most enjoys being able to help younger players develop during their matches and mentoring new referees. Next for Rhiannon's refereeing journey is continued development, starting with promotion from level 7 to level 6, as well as 4W to 3W in the women's game, helping her reach her end goal of becoming a full-time referee. Next up is Christian Thomas, and they have the We Do Positive Respect Award. Christian takes on a variety of different roles within grassroots football that allow him to instill respect within the game, including chairman and team manager of Southside AFC Youth and respect coordinator for Eastleigh and District Mini Soccer League, Southampton and District Tyro League and the City of Southampton Youth Football League. On top of this, Christian is a member of the Hampshire FA Chartered Standard and Respect Committee. Christian is proud to have implemented the 4-step respect programme across a wide network of local grassroots clubs and leagues and has seen a positive change in behaviours. He now hopes to do the same across other local leagues. Well, a massive well done to all of our local winners for 2019-2020. Now, the winners for 2020-21. And first off is Aaron Ratton, Grassroots Coach of the Year for Youth Teams Award. Aaron is a coach and committee member for AFC Stoneham, as well as an age group coordinator for the Eastleigh and District Mini Soccer League. Having originally gotten involved in grassroots football, helping out with his son's team, he now finds himself looking after several teams in the AFC Stoneham setup, including under-8s, under-10s, Wildcats and the Saturday Fun Club. Aaron enjoys the community spirit that grassroots football fosters, as well as the opportunities it offers to him to see such a huge number of children progress and develop. For the future, Aaron hopes to continue what he's doing, helping the club and league run smoothly, as well as developing his coaching practices. Our next winner is Tara Dugdale, and they win the Grassroots Coach of the Year for Adult Teams Award. Like many parents, Tara started as a volunteer coach to help at the club where her son and daughter played, and really loved helping the players enjoy the game and grow as people as well as players. She was asked to help support ladies' recreational football and then quickly became involved in the women's league team. Tara is proud to be a growing number of qualified female coaches across the county and being able to make a difference for girls in the foundation phase teams she supports. For the future, Tara hopes to continue learning and improving as a coach so that she can continue to help people get the physical, social and mental well-being benefits that football can offer. Our next winner is Rhiannon Stevens, and she wins the Grassroots Match Official of the Year award. Rhiannon originally got involved in refereeing because she noticed there was a shortage of referees when watching her brother play. In becoming a referee, she could help her brother's club out and save money from match fees to pay for a trip to the World Scout Jamboree. Since then, Rhiannon has made some great achievements, including the FA and McDonald's Rising Star of the Year award, local winner in 2020, being awarded a League Cup final in her first season refereeing open-aged football, and being invited to the Wessex League from next season. Congratulations. Our next winner is Mike Ashley, and he wins the Grassroots Volunteer of the Year award. Having joined the club committee 14 years ago while his sons were playing, Mike has been chairman of Warsash Wasps FC for the past 11 years. In his time at the club, he has enjoyed seeing the smiles on the faces of many youth players, taking their first footballing steps in the club's Saturday development squads. Mike believes his greatest achievement has been overseeing the installation of a 3G pitch and hopes to continue contributing in his role as chairman, while also making sure that the club has the foundations to continue to progress once he eventually steps down. Next up is Tadley Statin Strollers Walking FC, and they win the Grassroots Club of the Year award. Tadley Statin Strollers Walking FC was established in 2015 to provide fun, fitness and friendship for over 50s through a shared love of football, playing a format of the game that was suitable for their age group. Since then, the club has consistently grown its membership from a wide area of North Hampshire, including building a strong social scene, providing pastoral care and making a contribution to the local community through raising funds for charity. For the future, the club looks to continue its good work, raising the profile of walking football, as well as establishing and sponsor its own annual tournament. Our next award winner is the Testway Youth Football League, and they win the Grassroots League of the Year award. Testway Youth Football League was established in 1988. Formerly the 120 League, the league started with 4 teams from villages in Hampshire. Now the league has expanded to 244 teams from Hampshire, Wiltshire and Dorset, running leagues from under 7s through to under 18s. The ethos of the league has always been to encourage children of all abilities to take part in football. The league has won the Respect Award twice and is constantly working with clubs to improve all aspects of the Respect ethos. The league has also been running courses on becoming a referee, which has led to over 30 parents and players taking up refereeing. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the league's COVID-19 officer produced regular updates to the clubs. These updates were sent to all other leagues by Hampshire FA as an example of best practice. Our next winner is Steve Berry, and he wins the Grassroots Grounds Team of the Year award. Steve originally got involved in grassroots football when his daughter started playing. He's now a volunteer groundsman, always trying to improve his pitches and his practices. Steve is proud to have attended the National Groundsman of the Year Awards. He hopes to keep going with the work he is doing into the future. The Rising Star of the Year award is given to Caitlin Morris. Caitlin first started coaching football on a voluntary basis at the age of 14 with AFC Stoneham. She has since seen a new Wildcat Centre established at the club. Caitlin has enjoyed nurturing a love of football in her sessions, which has seen the number of players at AFC Stoneham's Wildcat Centre grow and lead to more youth girls teams created at the club. As Caitlin now looks to take a temporary break from coaching, she hopes to return back to the coaching participants of varying ages and abilities soon. Our next winner is Southampton RCC, and they win the Grassroots Project of the Year award. Established in 2018, Southampton RTC exists to help bridge the gap between grassroots and academy football. While player development is important, their primary objective is to create better people, not just better footballers. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the club is extremely proud to have supported its players through 3 major lockdowns. The club commenced a project to keep a consistent and frequent flow of activities and online meetings with players and parents, offering them a safety net through an incredibly worrying and difficult period, making a huge positive impact on their mental health and well-being. As grassroots football slowly returns back to normal operation, the club is now looking forward to implementing new technologies out on the pitch that can advance their training and coaching practices. The Spirit of Grassroots Football Award goes to Hawley FC. Established in 2004, Hawley FC strives to be the best grassroots football club it can be, allowing children in the local community to indulge in their passion in a fun and safe environment. Club President Scott Mills went on BBC Radio 5 Live in December to talk about their work in the local community. The club rallied the local community together last autumn to provide packed lunches to children in the local area whose families were struggling financially due to the pandemic. Inspired by Marcus Rashford, they supplied 500 lunches to children made and delivered by volunteers and players at the club. The club then followed this up at Christmas when they donated toys and food hampers to nearly 200 families in the community. It was a huge effort from the club volunteers and players from the men's team, but also highly rewarding for all involved to help the local community in the true spirit of grassroots football. We now move on to a new category of awards, the Hampshire FA Special Recognition Awards. These are awards for individuals and organisations who have gone above and beyond to support grassroots football and their community throughout the COVID-2019 pandemic, which includes the 2019-20 and 2021 seasons. The recipients of the awards are Andy Deakin. When Andy's stepson's team required a manager, he stepped up and took on the role. He is proud to have been able to take the team of 6-year-olds and progress into their 7th season now. Throughout lockdown, Andy maintained regular contact with all the players, setting them weekly challenges to help keep them fit and support their mental health. On top of this, he worked alongside a local charity, Abby's Heroes, and set the players a challenge to walk, run or cycle the distance to visit every single Premier League ground, which is 270 miles. In completing this challenge, the team raised £2,500 for Abby's Heroes. Andy really enjoys making sure the players are happy and aims to continue his work with his current team right through to under-16s, and then maybe even do it all over again with a new under-7s team. Our next recipient is Brian LeBreton. Brian has been a pivotal point of contact while the Hampshire FA referee development manager was placed on furlough. During this time, he continued to work tirelessly behind the scenes, speaking to various individuals within the FA so that he could continue to support the referee workforce and wider refereeing community. He continues to travel the length and breadth of the county, completing not only observations, but providing mentoring and refereeing support where needed, always striving to ensure that Hampshire FA referees are given the best opportunity to succeed. Next up is Cledwyn Davies. Cledwyn first got involved in grassroots football as a player in Wales in the 1970s, before serving as a committee member for the Aberystwyth and District Football League, Mid Wales Football League and the Central Wales FA. He also took on roles as club coach and secretary for Porton Sports Junior FC. In 2001, he was invited to join the Testway Youth Football League Committee as vice chairman, a role that he continues to fulfil today. As a retired senior scientist for Public Health England, Cledwyn also assumed the role of COVID-19 officer for the league and was instrumental in the league's production of regular COVID-19 updates that helped support the club and players throughout the pandemic. Cledwyn enjoys giving young players of all ages the opportunity to play football in a safe environment and hopes to continue to help offer this so that they can flourish and enjoy the game that he has loved throughout his youth. Next up is the Eastleigh and District Mini Soccer League. The Eastleigh and District Mini Soccer League was established in 1999 with 51 teams. Now, with 271 teams from 51 clubs, it provides league football for over 2,500 children at the central venue in the Eastleigh area. As one of its first Respect leagues, piloting block registration, early take-up of the whole game system and the Matchday app, the league is at the forefront of mini soccer development in the county. The league's proudest achievement is the completion of its development plan to move 85% of all match play to 3G artificial surfaces to give their players the best surfaces to play on and to reduce the huge amount of lost match time due to the beautiful British weather. Stoneham Lane Football Complex is now the league's main home, and during the COVID-19 pandemic, the league delivered a high-quality COVID-19 risk assessment to safeguard players, officials, spectators and Hampshire FA staff, ultimately keeping the Stoneham Lane Football Complex open, safe and COVID-19 compliant. Some of the measures included marshalling exit and entrance areas to ensuring social distancing was being observed, staggering kick-off times to ease congestion and allow teams to enter and exit safely. Restrictions on numbers of spectators per player months before it was part of the FA requirement at stage 2, and also the wearing of face masks for spectators whilst pitchside. Our next award winners are Yateley United FC. Yateley United was established in 1902 for men's football. In 1967, Yateley Juniors FC was formed. In 2009, 4 local football clubs began discussions on joining together to form a single ambitious club which could could build the necessary structure and facilities to provide a good standard of association football for the local community. From these discussions, the club of Yateley FC and Yateley Juniors FC came together under the Yateley United FC name, with Yateley Green AFC and Bewley FC joining the structure of Yateley United in 2013. In that same year, the club purchased the freehold of a 7.2 hectare of Sean Devereux Park. This and subsequent and ongoing development of the park, including new clubhouse, was made possible due to the work of volunteers and fundraising from the highly successful local music festival Gig on the Green. Yateley, with the lockdown declared in March 2020, a number of club members working with Heart Voluntary Action were actively involved in the management and provision of supplying shopping services and professional support to those shielding. Subsequently, because of this work, the club was invited by Heart Voluntary Action to help create and manage the marshalling of the vaccination sessions. Almost every week since December, Yateley United FC members have completed hundreds of hours of voluntary work, ensuring all important jabs can be delivered to the local community so they can continue to do so. Also in this category, we'd like to present the Hampshire FA Community Trust Special Award. This award is to recognise an individual club, league or association that has gone above and beyond to improve the three pillars of the Hampshire FA Community Trust throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. These three pillars are disability football, equality and inclusion, and community coaching. The recipient of this award is David Parsons. Having initially gotten involved in grassroots football as a parent, David is now team manager and secretary of Hamble Pan Disability. David enjoys helping children and adults progress in football, seeing them having fun in a non-judgmental environment and giving them memories to last a lifetime. Throughout lockdown, he has seen a huge influx of players and has grown the number of teams from 2 to 8. He now looks to try and further increase the opportunities that he and the club can provide by setting up a wheelchair football team. We now move on to the Hampshire FA Special Awards. These awards are to recognise outstanding achievement and contributions within grassroots football for the 2019-20 and 2021 seasons. The recipients of this award are Bournemouth Divisional FA and Bournemouth Football League for their centenary in 2020. The Bournemouth Divisional FA was founded in 1920 by William Pickford, the first president of the Bournemouth Divisional FA between 1920 and 1922, who also went on to become a vice president of FIFA and eventually president of the FA in 1937. For over 100 years now, Bournemouth Divisional FA has facilitated and supported grassroots football, operating a number of league and cup competitions over the years. Based at Herne Bridge in Christchurch, the Bournemouth Divisional FA runs the Bournemouth Saturday Senior Cup, as well as 2 divisions and 3 cup competitions on Saturdays and 6 divisions and 5 cup competitions on a Sunday. The next recipient is Brading Town FC for their 150th anniversary. Brading Town FC was formed in 1871 to provide football for local people. Throughout their 150 years, the club has been an integral part of the community. During that time, the club has won the Isle of Wight Gold Cup and the Hampshire FA Intermediate Cup, now the Hampshire FA Trophy, most recently in June this year. The club now looks to continue offering participation opportunities for all in the local area, including a recent increase in female participation. They aim to do this by providing excellent facilities for people of all abilities and backgrounds. The next winner is Solent University for outstanding media support of the Hampshire FA Men's and Women's Senior Cup Final in the 2020-21 season. Solent has been a university since 2005 and has since helped nearly 50,000 students from all walks of life make the most of their potential. Students from the following courses, led by Technician Instructor Matthew Hickling and Lecturer David Riley, have provided Hampshire FA with outstanding media support, streaming both the Men's and Women's Senior Cup Finals live on YouTube. the BA Hons Television Production course, the BSc Hons Filmer and Television Production Technology, now replaced with BSc Hons Live Event Technology, the BA Hons Sports Journalism, MA Sports Broadcast Journalism. Streaming has utilised the university's custom-built outside broadcast vehicle as well as custom flyaway systems rigged from scratch. Services for the finals included professional ENG camera systems, commentary feeds, pitchside interviews, VT and sponsor messages, sports graphics, slow motion and replays, multi-channel audio mix. These events push the students to work to their best both technically and in terms of organisation and teamwork. The faculty now seeks to build on their live streaming offering to make it even more professional, while also looking to strengthen ties with local sports clubs. And the next winner is Toynbee School for being joint winners of the English Schools FA National Cup Year 7 in 2019-20. The Toynbee School's ethos of personal best is paramount to the work of the PE department. They aim to develop students' knowledge and understanding as well as quality of performance across a wide range of activities, with the key theme of improving fitness levels ever present. The school is extremely proud to have been named joint winners of this prestigious competition, the second time that they have won an English Schools FA Cup, having also won it with their under-14 girls in 2008. The school will now continue to develop football for all children and see what the league and cup commitments at district, county and national levels bring them. The next recipient is the United Services Portsmouth Football Club for reaching the FA Vase semi-finals in 2020-21. Formerly Portsmouth Royal Navy FC, the club was founded by Dennis Proby in 1962 with the intention of providing competitive football for all serving Navy players by bridging the gap between services football and Royal Navy representative football. The club played in the Hampshire League from its formation until 1985-86, when they became one of the founder members of the Wessex League. Since then, the club's Burnby Road Sports Complex has evolved, with Victory Stadium, the centrepiece, boasting a 500-seated covered stand. Adjacent are 3G football pitches for football, hockey and rugby. In 2002, the club introduced a youth section, which has become one of the strongest mini soccer and youth clubs in Hampshire, achieving FA Youth Charter standard in 2014. The 04-05 season saw Portsmouth Royal Navy FC re-elected to the Wessex League and renamed United Services Portsmouth FC. Reaching the semi-finals of the FA Vase in 2021 season was a momentous achievement for an amateur football club, and they now aim to maintain this level of performance in the coming months. The final category of awards is to present is the FA Long Service Award. The FA Long Service Award is a highly prestigious award made to those who have given an astonishing 50 years of service to football. Recipients for this award for the 2019-20 season are Alan John Miles. Alan has contributed to grassroots football as a player, manager, member, officer, vice chairman and chairman to Bournemouth Divisional FA. On top of this, he also serves as chairman to the Bournemouth HAYWARD League. Alan takes great pride in being part of a well-run association that brings enjoyment to thousands of local players. Alan's future aspirations are to be elected as league president, which he said would be a great honour, but he's happy just to be involved in grassroots football. The next recipient is Frederick Bernson. Together with the late George Gardner, Frederick founded Loddon Sports FC in 1970. Over 50 years on, he still serves the club as club secretary and team manager. In this time, he is proud to have seen the village club grow to its current status, now offering participation opportunities for children aged from 3 up to 16. For the future, he hopes to continue contributing to grassroots football in his current roles for the sheer enjoyment of seeing young players having fun, developing and progressing in football. The next recipient is John Sturgis. John has been involved in grassroots football as a player, referee and most recently a referee appointment secretary and committee member, having served as a referee himself and even been appointed as fourth official to an England under-21s match. John now enjoys the opportunity to be able to help referees like him for the future. He hopes to be able to continue offering his help through his current roles. Next up is Melvin Higgins. Having first got involved in grassroots football as a linesman for Eastergate United FC in Sussex, aged 14, Melvin has since contributed to grassroots football as a referee for over 50 seasons. More recently, since 1988, he has also contributed to grassroots football as treasurer of Basingstoke and District League. Melvin is a strong believer that football is for the enjoyment for all and hopes that he has built a reputation for being one of the fairest referees in Hampshire. He now looks forward to continuing to serve in his role as treasurer of Basingstoke and District League, guiding the committee on all financial matters. Next is Trevor Brock. Trevor is proud to say that he has had a unique football administration career, having been secretary of Horndean FC, Havant Town and Havant and Waterlooville FC in a journey that started in the Portsmouth League Premier Division and has covered every step up to the top tier of non-league football. It all started as an under-10s player for Horndean FC, where 3 years later he found himself as the club press officer and assistant secretary. Now, after 57 years service, he continues to serve grassroots football as secretary and director of Havant and Waterlooville FC and aims to get his club back into the National League top division. Recipients of the same award for the 2020-21 season are Michael Davis. Michael currently contributes to grassroots football as president of the North Hants Divisional FA and chairman of the Basingstoke Football League. Michael's long service to grassroots football started when his sons played and he enjoyed the league committee. Throughout his service, he has enjoyed promoting grassroots football across the local area and says that his greatest achievement has been his election as president of the North Hants Divisional FA. The next recipient is Stephen Dalton. In his 50 years service to grassroots football, Stephen has progressed through various local club and league committees, holding a variety of different positions, including secretary, chairman and president of the Winchester and District Football League, secretary of North Hants Football League and vice chairman and life president of North Hants Divisional FA. He also served as Hampshire FA Council member for 17 years and Hampshire FA Discipline Committee member and chairman for 13 years. On top of these roles, Stephen also has been a player, referee and referee assessor. Throughout many years of diverse service, Stephen has enjoyed seeing the honesty, dedication and commitment of others involved in grassroots football across the county. He now hopes to share his knowledge and experience with the next generation of grassroots volunteers following in his footsteps. Well, that brings the presentation of awards to a close. One final congratulations to all of our award winners tonight for your incredible contributions and achievements within grassroots football. Now, before we sign off, there are some important thank yous to go through. Firstly, a massive thank you to our sponsors, BSA-Regal, for their support of this event and grassroots football as a whole. Thank you also to the Topodium Group, for Hampshire FA's official printing partner, for production of all the certificates and printed marketing materials. Thank you also to Tickbox, Hampshire FA's official promotional goods supplier, for providing a variety of merchandise that will be sent out to all of our award winners. A massive thank you also to Graham Scambler Photography and Leanne Goddell for providing stock photography and videography that has been used to produce this virtual production. Thank you to Solent University providing us with the use of their brilliant television studio and production team. Without their support, this first of a kind virtual awards ceremony wouldn't have been possible. And a final thanks to all of our award winners and everyone across grassroots football for your dedication and perseverance to keep grassroots football going. Whatever your role is in grassroots football, we wish you all the best for the next season and the future. For all the award winners this evening, keep your eyes peeled for something special coming through the post. Well, that just about wraps up our awards ceremony. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We hope you've enjoyed this unique event. Don't forget to drop Hampshire FA a comment or a tweet and have a great rest of your evening.